If you have clicked on this video, you might be wondering whether if you have ADHD. So that's why in this video, we are gonna be looking at certain signs that relates to ADHD brains. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. But honestly, that name is pretty misleading. It's not that you don't have attention, you do have attention. You just don't control where it goes. It keeps jumping around. If you have ADHD, then your attention keeps wandering around. It locks into random things. It disappears when you need the most and it appears when you don't need it. There are generally three types of ADHD. The first is inattentive type. That's where focus is the main struggle. The second is hyperactive type of ADHD. It's more about restlessness and constant movement. And the third type of ADHD is the mix of both, which is also the most common and the most confusing to deal with. So instead of textbook definitions, we need to look about what ADHD looks like in real life. Imagine you are sitting down to do something important and suddenly everything else feels more interesting. You keep fidgeting, tapping, clicking, biting your nails. You get obsessed with something new and forget everything else. Sometimes even basic things like eating or showing up where you're supposed to be. Your plans keep changing or you don't even know what your long-term plans are. Time feels weird. There's right now and then there's later, and later basically means not happening. You tell yourself that you will do this particular task later, but then it just disappears from your brain like it never existed. Your space slowly turns messy. Your room, your desk, your car starts as organized chaos and ends up just being chaos. You are either doing nothing at all or you try to do 10 things at once. You daydream while someone is talking. You hear them but you're not really there in the moment. You spend money on things you don't need because everything feels urgent at the moment. You get bored easily but also overwhelmed easily. ADHD feels like your brain has no middle ground. It's either understimulated or overloaded. There is just no middle ground. Now here's the another tricky part. Everyone seems to tell that they relate to these things, and that's why people are saying that ADHD is common in everyone. But that's definitely not true. There's a difference, a big one. It's like height. Everyone is taller than something, but someone extremely tall lives differently. They deal with it all the time. ADHD works the same way. It's not random. ADHD is constant. It has been with us since the day we were born, and it is going to be with us until we die. ADHD affects multiple areas of our lives. So for a real diagnosis, it's not about a few traits. It's about patterns that have been there since childhood and that keeps interfering with your life. School, work, relationships, everything. So whatever I have said, if these things feel familiar to you, here are a little more things that you need to understand. Firstly, ADHD is not a character flaw. You are not lazy. You are not undisciplined. Your brain just works differently. ADHD has actual biological conditions behind it. You cannot choose or unchoose it. It is with you since the day you are born. Secondly, ADHD is not all bad. There are some advantages too. A lot of people with ADHD are creative, quick thinking and funny. And there's also hyperfocus, where you can lock into something deeply. In ADHD hyperfocus, you can lock into things so intensely that hours will pass and you won't even notice. If used right, ADHD can be a serious advantage. Thirdly, there are ADHD meds available in the market, but ADHD medication isn't the only option. ADHD meds surely help people, but it is for the short term. For long term, you need systems and habits. There's no single solution to ADHD. You have to find out what works for you. Lastly, getting help early matters a lot more than you think. ADHD itself doesn't get worse, but its consequences on our life can. Some of the common ADHD disadvantages include missed deadlines, money problems, relationship issues, low confidence. All these problems keep building over time if you don't deal with it. And also I want to tell you that don't try to diagnose yourself at home. Videos like this can help you relate, but they can't confirm anything. Only a professional can do that. So if this feels real, talk to one. And remember that if you have ADHD, nothing is wrong with you. You are completely normal. Your brain is just wired differently. And once you understand it, you can start working with it instead of fighting it every day. And the most reliable and consistent way to bypass ADHD executive dysfunction and get productive is by using certain coping methods. That's why I have compiled my own self-discovered coping techniques in my ADHD solver guide. These coping methods will help you complete your daily tasks and will also help you to stay in the moment and lock in the things that you do not even want to do. You are not going to find these coping methods elsewhere on the internet, so check it out. Link is in the description.